Guys, today I'm watching a scary video. This is not copyright because I don't want to be copyrighted because I don't want to get a DJJ. So yeah, let's get into the video and start watching.
Perfect idea. Let's combine the two. And also, two is better than one, which is why today I'm going to be joined by Kelly from Top 10 Nerd.
Hey guys, I'm Kelly.
Kelly, what goes on at Top 10 Nerd?
Well, we talk about comics, essentially. It's a top 10 this channel
Sorry.
where we just kind of count down a bunch of really awesome things about comic books and other nerdy things as well. It's a good time.
I'm subscribed, just saying. You should be too.
Y'all should subscribe.
Okay, right now, you're on the safe side of YouTube with me and Kelly. Do you want to take a trip down the creepy side of things? Let's see if you can make it to the end of this video. This is the top 10 scary YouTube videos and their creepy stories. Coming at number 10 now, we have Possibly in Michigan. The description box on this video says it's about two women being chased through a shopping mall by a cannibal in 1983. Oh, how I wish it was just that. If only it was that simple. The clip you're about to see, it looks homemade. The music is creepily bad. The lyrics are just straight weird. And the mask-wearing cannibal is terrifying. But for me, though, the most eye-wateringly scary aspect of this is just how confusing it is. It's creepy.
Remember that time way back when I kissed a guy. Up next, number 9, we've got Susan Masks and Unmasks. So here we have a pleasant video of a half-naked man putting on a realistic female bust made out of silicone. I think what really does it for me is the cheery soundtrack that accompanies this man's transformation into a smart, sensual silicone nightmare. It's 4 minutes and 46 seconds that will traumatize, or tantalize if you're into that kind of thing. Hey, you do you, friends. You do you. Personally, I'm going to walk away from this being a little paranoid about silicone in general.
Coming out number 8 now, we have This Is a Special Time. This video was uploaded by Little Baby's Ice Cream. That's a weird name, just to begin with. The thing in this video is just straight up creepy. I never wanted to see a person made of ice cream. I watched this, and I still don't. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be eating ice cream for a while.
And how my pores are so clean, clear.
And at number 7 is I Feel Fantastic. Never has iTunes been used for such meaningful content. This feels like something out of a techno nightmare. Aside from the general creepiness that accompanies this statuesque surreal being and her auto-tuned vocals, there's also a very weird description below that aims to be artistic, which is like a heart, maybe they're at artistic, but really just makes me uncomfortable with the kinds of things that people are uploading onto the internet, especially when they've got over 11 million views like this gem does. Ew.
Alright, moving on to number 6 now. We have The Smiling Man. Gotta take a breather before I start this one.
Well, just remember, I'm not trying to copyright, so please don't report me. I'm not trying to copyright or anything.
Even if you guys don't believe it's true, the story is definitely chilling. It's about a man who appears on a street late at night. He never makes eye contact. He never says anything, he just smiles at the night sky and slowly shuffles towards the storyteller. This video you're about to see is the visual retelling of that story, and it makes it about 10 times scarier. First time I saw that, I had goosebumps for about 10 minutes. Creepy.
Up next, number 5 is Dining Room or There Is Nothing. So, in this hellish 1 minute, 7 second video, we start off with a little girl who looks rather disturbed, with flames behind her, as one does. And if that isn't
Oh heck no, I didn't
when she
see
opens
this.
her mouth,
This
it
is
just gets
creepy.
spookier. Then the camera pulls out, and she jarringly drops her head into her bowl, where it stays for a while. And just as you're feeling super uneasy, she snaps right back up. And you just want it to go away forever. Yeah, please do.
Next up at number 4, we have Am I Okay? This video comes from Poppy. If you haven't seen a Poppy video before, you obviously haven't browsed that weird corner of YouTube at 4 in the morning and wondered what exactly you're doing with your life. She has a lot of strange videos, I won't lie. Some of them are artistic, they're definitely original, but obviously on the creepy side of things. Am I Okay is probably the best example of what I'm trying to tell you guys. Do you ever wish you could just restart?
It's gonna be okay. The internet makes sense to me. Everything in your life is perfect.
And number 3 is Agamemnon Counterpart. This video takes us into the world of a fictional 2571, the year, and a videotape that was found in the ruins of what is presumably meant to be planet Earth. So I guess in the future? After the foreword, we're bombarded with what I can only describe as a children's show meet acid trip gone horribly wrong. There's amphibians, there's faceless creatures, and a whole bunch of abstract VHS terrors. One person in the comment actually points out that it's manipulated footage of the Saturday morning cavalcade of cartoons from NBC in the late 70s. And while that may be true, it definitely doesn't change the WTF-ness of this video. Ugh.
Moving on to number 2 now, we have Dead Great Grandma. Never want to say those 3 words in that order. This is a video from a channel called DJ Deaf Joey. Now he starts off talking in sign language about his great grandma who died in 1945. He said that when the cemetery she was buried in went into disrepair, he took her coffin and he kept it in his back garden. That is where the video starts. Amazingly, it just keeps getting creepier. You're not going to believe this. Warning. I mean, I want to say, hey, you know, do your thing, but I just can't. I'm pretty sure this is illegal and wrong in every way possible.
And in our number 1 spot is username 666. First off, gotta point out that the tension building of this video is what really freaked me out. So what happens is, after typing in 666 as the YouTube user URL in their browser, it only gets progressively freakier as the person refreshes the page over and over and over again. Finally, they're led to a very nefarious looking channel and video that is made up of all the creepy, hellish, uncomfortable images and sounds you'd rather not have in your memory. The computer starts to malfunction and won't shut off, and things get a little crazy as it appears that a hand is reaching through the screen to grab them.
Well, there we have it. Creepy videos that have made YouTuber seem just a little bit weirder. Let's just forget about it for now, I think, unless we do a part 2. And obviously, thank you so much to the wonderful Kelly.
This is another one.
If they want to see more of you, where can they go, Kelly?
Top 10 nerd.
Basements are creepy. I'm pretty sure that's why basements were invented, to just creep us all out. However, some basements are a lot creepier than others. You may think you know a very creepy basement, but it will have nothing on the ones in this video. I promised you that. My name is Danny Burke, and this is the top 10 scary messages found in basements. What's that? You quite like my shirt and or hat and would like to have one for yourself? Well, thanks for asking. Head on over to mostamazingshop.com to get your very own right after this video. In 2015, a man took his brother along with him to go house hunting in Michigan when they stumbled across a dirty, wet, and unfinished basement. They saw writing on the wall, and when they took a closer look, they realized that a child used to live down there. One wall read, Josh's rules. Number 1, stop reading your walls. Number 2, no watching Isaiah through the hole. And number 3, no writing or drawing on the walls. Number 4, if you don't like these rules, go to number 0. Other messages said things like, don't climb into my room. Or, and I think this one is the creepiest, stop watching me. The man posted all of these pictures to Reddit, where users came up with their theories ranging from schizophrenia to the supernatural. Very strange stuff either way. Next up at number 9 now, we have Satan. In 2015, Imgur user Bushi992 posted these pictures to Imgur of the basement and attic in the house that he and his friends had just moved into. As you can see, something went down here. The symbols appear to be satanic in nature. There were pentagrams, rams, snakes, and strange messages on the wall, such as, for I am the earth, and within me the devil burns. Many people asked them why didn't they ask to see the attic and basement before they moved in. I think that's a very good point. I'm not sure if I could sleep knowing this stuff was below me. At number 8 now, we have the tape. Reddit user Lumberjack shared pictures of a small basement passageway that he discovered in his new home. Inside it, he found a locked door, which concealed an entrance to a small room. Inside that room was a briefcase and a safe. He opened that and found some money, a few watches, and videotapes. The tapes had writing on the front of them. One of them simply read, no, 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 no. He handed everything over to the police for investigation. Would you guys have done the same, or would you have ignored the message and watched the tape? I'm not sure if I could have. Okay, next up at number 7 now, we have the tombstone. In 2016, a student from Massachusetts made a grim discovery in their university house basement. A grave. Derek Crook was interviewed about the tombstone next to the boiler in his home. The message on it says, "This marks the burial site of Jabez Harder, who served in the War of 1812. Now, he died in 1879 at the age of 83. At first, the housemates were very creeped out by this find, but now James actually quite enjoys shocking visitors to the house by randomly announcing, "There's a grave in the basement." Maybe that's just his coping mechanism. Next up at number 6, we have graffiti. In 2012, Reddit user Tallest Waldo shared a creepy discovery he found in his basement. This writing, accompanied by some very strange symbols. Another Reddit user identified the symbols as being part of occult spellcasting. They suggested this basement used to be a cult member's ritual workspace. After meditating on the symbols for a while, it seems they had an epiphany and wrote the message that we can now see on the wall. I can kind of make out something about their soul being fire, and the time has come to use the gateway they have opened. What do you guys think it says? I'm not even sure I want to know. At number 5 now, guys, we have Peter Pan. In 2010, a woman in LA found something very disturbing in her basement. Wrapped in newspapers from the 1930s were the mummified remains of 2 newborn infants. They were wrapped up with a copy of Peter Pan and a membership card for the Peter Pan Woodland Club. Detectives identified who did this, a woman called J.M. Barry, who coincidentally had the same name as the author of the book, but was of no relation. What police have never figured out, though, is the purpose of this. What did this symbolize? Was this woman trying to convey a message about her dead newborn? And the story of Peter Pan's Never Neverland? We may never know. At the number 4 spot now, we have mold. In 2005, a family who moved into a new home were decorating one of the rooms when they noticed the bookcase was a little bit loose. They nudged it and it swung open to reveal a secret passageway. Inside, they found a note that read, "Hello. If you're reading this, then you found the secret room." The letter went on to explain how they were the previous tenant of the house but had to move out because of mold, which made their children very sick. The new owners who were reading this actually listened to the warning and moved out because of the mold too. They even sued the broker who sold them the house. I'm sure they're happy they got the warning, but I would be a little bit creeped out to find a note that congratulated me for finding the secret room. Very weird stuff. Alright, next up at number 3 now, we have the asylum. Now, not much is known about the picture you're about to see, or even who took it, but I think that kind of adds to the whole mysterious allure of it. This was the writing found on the basement wall of an abandoned mental asylum. It reads, "I never knew much about people until I took one apart, just to see how it worked." Many commenters online have speculated who exactly wrote this, and if perhaps the story behind this message could lead to the reason the asylum was abandoned in the first place. Moving on to the number 2 spot now, we have drugs. Indra user Boymers shared a couple of pictures from the basement of a house that he moved into in 2012. Now, the landowner had told him that the previous tenants were, quote, hardcore drug users. They didn't really see any evidence of this though. That was until they went into the basement. This was the sight they were met with when they arrived. It appears to be a message written in blood. The numbers 41 and 90 are large and prominent, surrounded by a bunch of random letters and the handprints of the people who made this. Other numbers on the wall include 82, 6 and 35. What does this all mean? Is this some sort of secret code? Whoever took the time to make this must have thought these numbers held some real significance, because it looks like they use their own blood. And finally, number 1 now, we have the bunker. Now, for me, a bunker is basically a huge, creepy basement with nothing above it. It's like a super basement. In 2014, an Indra user shared a story and pictures from when they visited a friend in northern Germany. In the woods, they found an abandoned bunker. They followed the endless hospital-like hallways. As they ventured deeper and deeper, they found graffiti on the walls with words like "die" and "help." Eventually, they came across a huge yellow vault door that had been ripped off its hinges, a worrying sight to see. What could have been that powerful? A little further on, they found the creepiest writing so far, a message in German that translates to "Hello, Satan, I love you." It wasn't long before they just turned back. That clearly isn't a place you want to stick around in for too long. Well, I think they were all very creepy. I hope you're okay, but which one was your favourite? Would you guys like a top 10 scary messages found in attics next on the let me know. I'm Danny Burke. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next video.
Y'all can go follow me on Instagram at agamer777 and on Snapchat at agamer666. Y'all can go follow me on that, and I'll see you on the next video.